we talk about the all-new 2023 Honda CRF 300L. And one of the main things that you might want to purchase this bike, or you might want to ride this bike if you have one, is safety. Why? Because safety is number one. Yesterday it happened. My first dog hit. Where I live, these wild rural streets, and there's a lot of dogs that just dart out in front of you. And I was riding home and I was just minding my own business. There was a dog playing on the side of the road. And I was just riding to the right-hand side, and then suddenly he darted right in front of my front tire. And wham! I hit that dog. He was big. He was a big dog. And I'm like, oh, let's see how this Honda 300L handles that with the 21-inch front tire, the 11.2-inch ground clearance, and it was a big dog. It was big, and then it ran over the dog, and then the dog ran away, and then it ran over the dog again because he was riding in going the wrong direction, and I think the dog got wiped out. The 300L worked with flying colors. It was amazing. It was like a road bump, and no problem. Safety's number one. My neighbor was riding behind me and he saw the whole thing and he was just laughing. He was laughing because that dog got wiped out and nothing happened to me. Safety is number one, and we're sorry about that dog. Rest in peace. Oh, somebody kill me, please. I had mentioned in some of my previous shows that the Honda 300L, the CRF, was an enduro bike. And I got a lot of flack from people saying, it's not an enduro bike. However, Honda, hi bud, Honda says it is an enduro bike. The 300L is classified as a dual sport enduro bike. Honda Motor Corporation, the company Ltd, is still stationed in Japan. And all the parts on the CRF and the Hondas are still made in Japan. However, the CRF 300L, probably the Rally too, they're made in Thailand. They're not made in Japan, they're made in Thailand. They ship those parts from Japan. They just keep the workers from Japan. They hire the Thailand workers, the expert workers. They supervise those workers and they make those bikes to Honda specifications. Go! In a day of high prices, no one can complain about the prices of the Honda 300L. You get the best bang for your buck. Every Honda 300 CRF is made in Thailand. And throughout the whole world, I mean, everywhere it's made in Thailand, and they ship them everywhere. The Honda 2023 model, they still stayed with that slipper clutch. It's a light clutch, it's really nice, and it really is comfortable on the hand. You know, some of the old clutches, you have to really pull them. It's hard, but the light slipper clutch makes riding this 300L a joy. Also, the slipper clutch helps in performance and heavy downshifting. When you downshift the bike, the engine, it's like a compression, slows the bike down. Thus, we don't have to use the front brakes so heavy. And the bike, it kind of performs 50% of the slowing down because of that slipper clutch. Honda did not spare any expenses when they put on that slipper clutch. It's expensive, it's not cheap. But Honda, they went ahead and put the money in the right parts. They knew what the riders wanted. They knew what they needed. They were able to provide and build an inexpensive motorcycle and put the good parts where it's needed. One of the other things that the slipper clutch does, it helps reduce the wear and tear of the transmission. Out of the 7 best dual sport bikes in 2023, guess what? The Honda CRF 300L ranks at the top of the bikes. Why? Because the price is lower, the technology is high. They just overall, they knew what the riders in today's market wants. And Honda, they delivered. I think what makes Honda cut above the rest of the field is they know what the people want. They want dependability. They want a bike that lasts a long time. They want that technology. And Honda with a 300L and a lot of their new bikes, they checked all the boxes. This bike is really worth it. It has the torque, has the dependability, just overall a fun bike. You just get on that bike and you start it. I have friends with other Enduros and you have to do all these things to start the bike. However, with this Honda, you just push that start button and it starts up every time. It's really nice. It's never failed me.
Liftoff will start in T-minus 10 seconds.
One of the drawbacks with this 300L is the seat height. It's a pretty tall bike. I'm 6'1", and it's sometimes a struggle for me to get on the bike. And if you're like 5'9", it's probably really hard to get your feet on the ground. The Honda made that tall bike, but that tall bike helps you, right? When you hit dogs and stuff like that, you're at high clearance. But the seat does come down quite a bit too. But the bike was made a little tall. The 2023 Honda CRF is a great bike for beginners. Also, it's a good bike for intermediate or advanced riders. Anyone. The bike is a great street bike. I ride this bike all the time with knobby tires. It rides like a champ. Also, you can just ride that on the dirt. Just take it on the dirt. There's a lot of dirt areas over here, and you just take it on the dirt and you just go and have fun. So you have the best of both worlds with that 300L. You have a big bike, power, torque, dependability, and then you can take it off-road. You can have a good time. There's a cliff over here to the left, and if we fall, we're gonna die. This is fun. Over the wood bridge, and we're cruising. The 2023 model, they added 1 or 2 more horsepowers to this bike. It's really great. They added more horsepower. They shaved off a few pounds. They made a lighter bike. And what does that equal? It equals more power, a little bit faster bike. One of the major drawbacks with this Honda CRF 300L is the availability. It has to be available. In 2022, it was very difficult to get one of these bikes. I had to ship this bike from far, far away. I was lucky to get that bike. However, in 2023, the demand is really high. I'm sure they're building those things in the factory of Thailand night and day, because they're going to start releasing the first 2023 models in May of 2023 this year, or possibly June. But it's really hard to get. A lot of people, they have down payments, deposits on these bikes, and the Honda just can't make these bikes fast enough.